It's a winter wonderland. Hi everybody, it's Gina at the Library Mouse out here in a little bit of snow. You know what? We have had snow a lot this winter, but it's in dribs and drabs. We have not gotten like a nice snow all winter. So here we are. Welcome to the vlog. This is just going to be a week in the life. I have a lot of exciting stuff going on, but I am joining my friend Lynn at my little rural homestead on doing a 75 soft challenge. You know, I've just been super blah and unmotivated to do much of anything lately. And I know part of it's the season, part of it is just what's going on, life in general. And yeah, I thought the 75 soft would be a really good, there she goes. Oh, she just fell. I don't even know where she went. Hattie, come here. Come here. So yeah, I thought it would be a really good challenge for me to do. Try to get me motivated, try to get me, you know, moving, reading, on the right track. So I figure if I do a little videotaping this week, make a video this week, it will help me stay motivated. So other things we got going on, I have some reading, obviously. I'll share with you what books I'm reading at the moment, some good ones. Got some doctor's appointments, having a little scanxiety about some pet scans coming up on Thursday, dinner out with friends. You know, just take you along with me, do a little vlog. So yeah, here we go. Okay, I came in, but it's still snowing out. I really like snow. As long as I don't have to drive in it, I really like snow. I don't know why. It puts me in a good mood. It makes me want to go outside and play around in the snow, you know, and I think it just harkens back to being a teacher and knowing when it's snowing, I would get a snow day. So I think that's part of it. But anyway, I am reading Hello Universe. This is the 2018, I believe, Newbery winner. It is by Erin and Trotta Kelly. It's really good so far. It definitely deals with a group of misfit kids, a bully, a child who is hard of hearing, a kid who just gets bullied all the time, some diverse characters. I believe the main little boy is, his family is from the Philippines. It's a really, really good book so far. It talks a lot about kids and friendships and how friendships are made and losing friendships. Yeah, being the quirky one. So I'm enjoying this book a lot. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the 75 hard challenge that I'll be doing. So I've tried to do this in the past and I have never succeeded. I give up and I get tired of doing it, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to start tomorrow. So it is, let's see if I can remember. You have to read 10 pages of nonfiction. And I do have a nonfiction book. I'll talk about that later, but that should be easy. 45-minute workout. So the hard, 75 hard, you have to do 2 and 1 needs to be outside. But as much as I enjoy the snow, I'm not going to bank on getting outside every day. So 45-minute workout, drinking, I think, a gallon of water. But I think I'm just going to go with what my friend is doing. She's doing 64 ounces. I think that's doable for me. And let's see. not a diet program, but some kind of healthy eating. And so I think I'm going to go back to my fasting. So I'm doing 16-hour fasts now and going back to no sugar, no flour. So that should be okay. And was that it? I feel like there should be more. Water, workout, food, reading. Yeah. So I'm not going to post every day. Like I'm this vlog I might check in every day and be like, hey, this is how I'm doing. I don't plan to make it all the time, but I'll check in once in a while. But I just need something to motivate me. So for today, I'm just going to be up here. I am going to do some reading and I might do some watercolor. I haven't picked up my paints at all this winter. So, and I do have a paint by number my daughter got me for Christmas. So I think I'm going to pull that out and work on it. Out of all the places to sit, we're on that tiny box. She's trying to touch my painting. Yeah. Henry, get back on your box. Good Lord. Hey, it's Sunday morning. This is the start for my 75 hard. And I'm drinking my water. Look at these. Aren't these the cutest mugs I got at Goodwill? When I was little, my parents had some of these mugs with like the rattan inside. And they come in all different colors at the top. I just think it's so cute. I found two in an antique. Hello. I found two in an antique store for $20 over the weekend, or last weekend. And I bought a set of, I think, 8 of these for $5 at Goodwill. So I'm drinking my water, and I decided to add, kind of piggybacking off my friend Lynn, I decided to try to add, I'm going to add journaling in my 75 soft, and I'm going to start easy. I have this little book. It's called Your 5-Minute Journal. I got it at Ollie's. No, I got it at our Barnes & Noble book annex. So they have an annex on the Barnes & Noble that has discounted books as well as used books for $1. So I found this here, and what I like about it is very, very simple journaling prompts. So I've used this before, and I stopped journaling this past summer. So if I go to the next one that I'm working on, it's called The Present. So this week, the journal prompts are Monday, one thing that you feel grateful for having now that you didn't have in the past. Tuesday, something else you didn't used to have and what difference it made in your life. Wednesday is another. Thursday is another. Friday is another. And then on the weekend, what 3 things are you most grateful for this week? Now, they don't all usually go like that. And then the next part is like a well-being challenge. And then the next week, all the prompts have to do with kindness. 3 times you've shown kindness to somebody. Describe how you feel after you've shown someone kindness. 3 acts of kindness you have received. How did you last show your gratitude for someone? What kind of kindness can you do today? With the weekend is always, what are 3 things you are most grateful for this week? I just like that. So I'm going to incorporate this. And then as far as my nonfiction reading, I am reading it on my Kindle. But it is a book called Full Catastrophe Living. So basically what this is it's using the wisdom of your mind and body. And it's based on meditation and stress reduction. So, for example, I've just started it. I read the intro last night. It was recommended to me by somebody who was in the cancer caregiver support group. Her therapist suggested that she read this book. So some of the chapters are the power of breathing, the body scan meditation, yoga is meditation, walking meditation, a day of mindfulness. And what they really were getting at in the first introduction is that everybody nowadays has such wandering minds. Like, you really don't focus on one thing. Like, you sit down to do something, and your mind always wanders to something else. And I find that to be very precise. So the mindfulness part is not letting your mind wander and being immersed and focused in what you're doing or one thing you're thinking about. So I don't know. It sounds like it will be an interesting book, because it also starts about a new way of thinking about health and illness, stress, working with physical pain, working with emotional pain. It's a heady book. I mean, this book is like 770 pages, so it will be keeping me busy. It will take me a long time if I just read 10 pages a day. But I came up to my office. That's what I'm doing. I have my water. My fasting starts today, so I'll probably start eating around 10, and I'll stop at, I could stop at 6. If I eat a 10 to 6, that will give me a 16-hour fast. So that is what I think. That is what I'm going to do. So that's the start of my Sunday, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, this is what I'm going to use to keep track of my 75 soft. I've got my reading, my eating, which I know what this entails. It's my sugar, my flour, my fasting, exercising, my water, and my journaling. So I'm just going to keep track of it week by week. And maybe I'll make a little tally down here for each week. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to use to keep track. And I have to show you how my painting is going too. Let's just swing around here so you can see how tiny some of these little spaces are. And it's supposed to look like this when I'm done. But it's very, very relaxing. So, and this is the company. She bought it off Amazon. So this is what I got. I was surprised it didn't come stretched already. So after I'm done, I'm going to have to actually buy a frame and stretch it in order to hang it up. But for now, it's fun. I really am enjoying it. So even though today I got up and was very, with it in the morning, it has been a very slow afternoon. I am a morning person. I get so much done in the morning, and then afternoon comes along, and I am so blah. Afternoons are my worst time. But I am almost done with this Hello Universe book. It was the Newbery 2018. It's very good. It's really, really good book. I have not read one of the Newberries that I have not liked so far. So this is, I'm not sure what 2019 is. I'm looking forward to it. This is a really, really good book. Yeah, so I'm reading that, and then I will pick my next book up. I think I'm going to go with an Anna Quinlan book that I found at Goodwill. But as soon as I'm done with this book, I'm going to go make some soup. here. Yikes. It's freezing. That's what happens when you forget to put this in. Well, she always wants to be the star of the show, doesn't she? We thought this was Ivan, but it turns out she is Ivy. Yes, my little tiny cat. So anyway, good morning. It's Monday, and my mind has been on a million things, as you can see from not being able to make coffee correctly. Right now, I am up in my office trying to figure out insurance, COBRA, healthcare marketplace, everything else. That has been weighing on my mind a lot. The state of the country is weighing on my mind a lot. Trying to figure out, what do you do? Like, what do you do to protect yourself? So I've been ruminating on that because I'm an action taker. I don't want to wait till things are, things hit the fan and then, too late to do anything to protect yourself. So I've been worried about that. It is super cold today and snowy, and I love the snow, but I don't like to drive in it. So we are doing a virtual doctor visit instead of having to drive an hour to the city for the doctor visit. So that was a plus. So that is what I'm working on today. So I'm about to make phone calls, discuss insurance plans, and hopefully get some time to just do something fun today. I did get my workout in. I have my water. I do have my coffee too. The 75 heart. I did not get on my water in yesterday. I only got 40 ounces. 64 ounces is a lot of water to drink. My exercise, I did 35, I think, instead of 45. But I got my reading, I got my journaling, I did exercise, I did up my water, so that was all good. I did eat well. Stuck with my plan, so those were all positives. And I did journal this morning, and this is the book I decided to start. I'm going to start The Helpline. It's by Katherine Collette, and it's supposed to be a fun read full of unique characters. It says that Jermaine Johnson is good with numbers, but not so great with people. When an incident at the insurance company where she works, how about that, leaves her jobless, she discovers there are very few openings for senior mathematicians. Her cousin manages to get her a job at City Hall on the Senior Citizens Helpline. I think it sounds like a cute read. So this is what I am reading, something light. I'll check back in later. Okay, welcome back. It's now Tuesday. Whew, 17 degrees, but I think the wind chill was a -8. It's cold. It's cold. I'm headed to Walgreens to pick up some medicine. And then, as you can see, it is sunny out. It's very deceiving, but it's warm in the car. So I think once I drop off, well, I'm not going to drop off. Once I bring back the medicine, give my husband a chance to get ready and feel okay, we will be headed out for a little ride. He wants some Arby's, which I don't eat. I don't eat that, but I'll get him some. And then we have to pick up some coffee. I like flavored coffee. person that goes to Dunkin' or Starbucks or anything else. But I do like flavored coffee. So we have a coffee grinder, and if I want to take the time, I'll buy beans, but sometimes I don't really feel like it. So there is a store locally, it's a consignment shop, but they sell locally roasted coffee. And that I could go to Wegmans. I mean, Wegmans always has good coffee too, but I like supporting the local store, even smaller than Wegmans, because Wegmans started in our area. So anyway, I want to grab some coffee. I was supposed to babysit this afternoon for my son and his wife and their 4 children, because she has a family member that is actively dying, and she was going to go to the hospital, but it doesn't look like I have to do that anymore. So I'm kind of on standby, so I can't really get into too much. I think I'm going to try to finish up my tiling job in my kitchen. I'm tiling my backsplash. It's a job that has been put off for too long. I did teach this morning, so, and I started the Helpline. It was a book that I got from the Barnes and Noble, like clearance book annex, it's called. I think that's where I got it. Or maybe Ollie's. I may have gotten it actually at Ollie's. But suffice it to say, it's a good book. It's holding my attention. I think it takes place though in England or Australia. You can read it and you just are like, oh yeah, this is not America. But I like it. I wouldn't give it like, right now it's like, 4 stars or whatever, 3.5 maybe. It's holding my attention enough, but it's not going to win. Let's put it this, it's not going to win any prizes. So, all right, I'm going to stop because I'm going to pull up. I still don't film myself very well out in public. So that's a little catch up. I'll see you at home. Okay, so one thing I did buy today are these new headphones. And I like the microphone better. I'm hoping that I will be able to hear the kids that I tutor better, because they're being tutored in their classroom, and you hear all the other kids talking and reading at the same time. The 3 kids that I'm tutoring are reading, and it's just so loud. They're constantly like, we can't hear you. And so hopefully with a better mic and better headphones, like I'll show you what I had. I had these little cheesy ones. So I'm hoping this makes a difference tomorrow. If anyone is in the looking for a job part-time, the company that I am working for is hiring for reading tutors. I don't even think you have to have an education degree. I'm not sure because my master's is in, well, I have bachelor in special ed and then a master's in elementary ed. But I really don't know. It's called Air Reading. I'll link them below. Yeah, check them out. I think they're tutoring mostly kids in Louisiana right now. So it's Central Standard Time. But anyway, I bought these when I went to Walmart today, and my 75's off for today, my check-in. I'm gonna have to start over. I have not worked out yet. That's the trouble. That's the trouble when I work in the morning. I will walk later. So what I've been doing to get in more steps is I put my walking pad in front of my TV when I'm watching my local news. I've kind of stopped watching national news because it just is disheartening, but I still watch my local news. So I put my walking pad on and I just walk for 30 minutes while I'm watching the news. So that at least gets me a 30-minute workout. I had been doing a morning routine, and today I got up later, and I usually clean and then I come upstairs to get ready to tutor. And I'm the kind of person, like I set everything up like 30 minutes ahead of time, just so I don't have any surprises. But I still have to journal. I still have to read. My eating has been okay. My fasting's been okay. Like I said, I'm reading Helpline, but I need to read my nonfiction book, which is about meditation. And that's the one that's 700 pages long. It's very uninteresting. It's very repetitive. They probably could have cut down the whole introduction to like half of what it was. So I don't know. We'll see if I finish it. I'm skimming it right now. But yeah, so I'm going to go make dinner, get my steps in, and then read probably. All right, I just finished filming a video. My husband is talking so loud in that video, I just may redo the whole thing, except it's so hard for me to get a moment to do a video that I may just keep it up. I don't know. He's a very loud talker. I am upstairs. I had the door shut and you can hear him so loudly. Ugh. But I did just do a really fun video about books that have mostly a bookshop or library setting. So you'll have to check that out. And my 75 soft is not going well. I have to start over. Yesterday was just... So I'm starting over today. I've already worked out. I already did my reading. I still need to do my journaling. I've gotten some water in. So starting out way better. But yesterday was just, yep, didn't do it. Starting over. The whole point is if you mess up once, you start all over again. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, well, it's Thursday already, and my husband had a CT scan that we went to, and then we tried this little tiny diner in the same town where we had to go for the CAT scan. I don't know if we would go back. It was a one-woman show. She's the owner, the waitress, the cook, the hostess, everything. And the food was okay. It was average diner food, but it was okay. But I did go to the library, so I'm just going to do a mini haul. This book, I think I'm going to DNF. It's The Helpline by Katherine and Collette. I got this at Ollie's. I've been reading it. I'm about halfway through. I'm forcing myself at this point. Like, do I keep forcing myself to read it? I guess there's nothing really wrong with it. When I first started reading it, I thought that I would like the way it was written, but I don't love it. I'm having a hard time staying focused. I don't love the main character that much as of yet. the plot is really slow. So I don't know. I thought the premise was good. This girl gets a job. It takes place in Australia. She gets a job working on the senior citizens hotline. And, you know, she gets to know the seniors who call, but she's not very nice. You know who I picture in my head? I picture in my head Amy Farrah Fowler from The Big Bang. That's who I picture. Sorry, my dog was in the litter box. She thinks it's her little buffet. Anyway, she's that kind of character. She's a mathematician. She doesn't really have great social skills, but I don't know. It was just, it's okay. I don't know if I'll finish it or not. But books I got 3. I was looking for, if you watch this video, of books that take place in bookshop or library. I was looking for them. The library had none of them. I found this book. This book is called Hester, and it is written by Laurie, Lico, Albanese. So it plays off of The Scarlet Letter. I thought this was an interesting premise. So it's basically the story of Isabel Gamble. She is a seamstress from Scotland. Her husband is an apothecary, but he becomes addicted to opium, and they have to leave Glasgow, and they flee to America. And they wind up living in Salem, and soon after they arrive, her husband leaves on a ship to go back to Europe as a medic, and she's left penniless on the streets in this new country, where she meets Nathaniel Hawthorne, and they strike up a dangerously close friendship. And she so it's in the 1800s, and together they are a muse and a dark storyteller, and it tells her story. So I thought it sounded pretty good. I am not usually a memoir reader, but I saw this and it just intrigued me. It is part 1 of Cher's memoir, and I usually only read memoirs of people that I really am fascinated with. I remember in high school just reading everything I could about Judy Garland because I love Judy Garland. Cher's okay. But this book, and let me tell you, this book is so heavy, but it intrigued me. I thought, oh, this looks interesting. And the fact that this is just part 1, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I mean, Cher is interesting. So, yeah, so I have Cher by Cher. And then I found Grown Women. It is a debut novel by Sarah Johnson. So it starts out in 1974. It says Charlotte's 18 and pregnant with her daughter, Karina, when she flees her privileged upbringing, seeking refuge from her cold, troubled mother, Evelyn. She lands in a tiny town outside Nashville. When Karina is born, Charlotte begins to forge a troubled path of her own. But then Karina winds up as a teenager giving birth to her own daughter, Camille, and that kind of changes Charlotte's life. And it says it's a stunning and emotionally resonant debut novel. 4 generations of complex Black women contend with motherhood and daughterhood, generational trauma, and the tension and wounds that divide them as they redefine happiness and healing for themselves. Grown Women debut novel. Sounded really good. I think I'm going to start this. So anyway, that's what I got at the library. And this evening I'm off to dinner at a friend's house, which I'm really looking forward to. So for right now, since it's super snowy out, I'm going to sit with a book and my cup of coffee. It's Friday. We're going to wrap up this week in the life by taking you to a really, really fun museum. It is called Strong Museum of Play. Taking the grandkids, 2 of them, with my daughter. The other, with my daughter-in-law and the other set of grandkids might meet us there. We're just going to have a good time, and this place is phenomenal. So I won't take you along with us, and yeah. So do I. We are wrapping up this vlog. We had a great time at the Strong Museum of Play. If you're ever in Rochester, New York, you need to go there. But it was a long day. It takes a while to get there. It takes a while to come back. But we had a really good time. Right now I'm in the midst of catching my little Ivy kitten. She escaped out of the house. And she's been missing all night. I have seen her on my camera. And I just happened to see her on the deck camera. So I'm going to go down and try to lure her back into the house. But hope you enjoyed this week in the life. Nothing too exciting. I am reading Cher. It's very good. It's a really good memoir. Very interesting. I knew it would be. You know, she has an interesting life. Even like her mother and her grandmother, their lives were pretty interesting too. And I also started Grown Women. That's a really, really good book so far. It's the one that was the debut novel. But I can't remember the name of the author, but I'll link it below. Anyway, I will see you on the next video. Happy reading.